Thank you for subscribing to our channel. Today is Tuesday, May 18, 2021. CNN report. Want to invest in crypto? There's a consultant for that. Cryptocurrency enthusiasm is skyrocketing, and while information surrounding digital currency is becoming more attainable, there's still a big gap between access and knowledge. That's where cryptocurrency consultants come in. With digital currency markets in turmoil, crypto consultants are in high demand. Cryptocurrency popularity soared in April as trading platform Coinbase went public at a valuation of $86 billion.
BBC report. James Abori. UK returns $5.8 million stolen by ex-governor to Nigeria. Former Delta State Governor James Abori was convicted of money laundering in the UK in 2012. Prosecutors say he stole an estimated $165 million, £117 million, from the oil-rich state. A Bombardier Challenger jet is among the items listed in court documents for a confiscation order against Abori. The £4.2 million has been recovered from Abori's wife, sister and fiduciary agent, who were also convicted of money laundering.
Deutsche Welle report. Israel-Gaza crisis. EU calls for ceasefire, live updates. However, he says, Israel demanded that Hamas unilaterally hold its fire first for 2 to 3 hours before Israel decides if it will do the same. Abu Marzouk says Hamas will agree to a ceasefire that is simultaneous and mutual. Israeli troops fired tear gas and smoke grenades at stone-throwing protesters on the Lebanese border on Tuesday, wounding 5 people, the state news agency said. Tension escalated in the Edessa area, where protesters carrying Hezbollah and Palestinian flags in solidarity with people in the Gaza Strip started to climb the concrete border fence.
Fox report. Molly Tibbetts murder. Iowa prosecutor warns jurors of graphic evidence in trial of Mexican national. As the second day of jury selection comes to a close Tuesday, opening statements are expected to begin Wednesday in the trial of the Mexican national charged with murdering 20-year-old Iowa college student Molly Tibbetts while she was out for a run in her hometown. Prosecutors warned potential jurors about the graphic evidence to be shown during the trial of Christian Bahina Rivera, 26, is accused of stabbing Tibbetts to death in July 2018 as she ran through the rural town of Brooklyn, in Poweshiek County, before disposing of her body in a cornfield.
CNN report. Thousands of migrants swim from Morocco to Spanish enclave of Ceuta. At least 6,000 people, including around 1,500 minors, swam from Morocco to the bordering Spanish enclave of Ceuta on Monday in the largest influx of illegal migration there in a single day, Spanish authorities said. The migrants swam from 2 locations, with some entering southern Ceuta at Tarajal Beach, and a larger group entering the north of the city at Benzu Beach, a spokesman for the Spanish government in Ceuta told CNN.
CNN report. After death of COVID-denying president, Tanzania sets roadmap to combat the virus. Tanzania's coronavirus response is getting serious. 2 months after the death of the country's COVID-denying president, before he died in mid-March, former leader John Magufuli repeatedly dismissed the seriousness of COVID-19 in his country and urged his citizens to pray coronavirus away now. A special committee established by Tanzania's new president, Samia Suluhu Hassan, has issued a range of recommendations to tackle the COVID-19 situation in the country.
Al Jazeera report. Proposal to probe U.S. Capitol riot advances amid GOP resistance. Democratic leaders in the United States Congress are moving forward with a proposal to establish a national commission to investigate the January 6 U.S. Capitol riot by political supporters of former President Donald Trump. The U.S. House of Representatives is scheduled to pass the bill on Thursday despite Republican opposition, and the Senate will vote on it soon afterwards. Republicans can let their constituents know, are they on the side of truth, or do they want to cover up for the insurrectionists and for Donald Trump, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer told reporters Tuesday.
Al Jazeera report. Karim Benzema recalled by France for delayed Euro 2020. Karim Benzema has been named in France's provisional Euro 2020 squad, giving the Real Madrid striker an international recall after a 5.5-year absence over his alleged role in a blackmail plot. The 33-year-old has not played for France since October 2015, but is now set to line up alongside World Cup winners Kylian Mbappé and Antoine Griezmann at the delayed European Championship, which gets underway on June 11.
Al Jazeera report. Cash flush Venezuelan firms are moving US dollars abroad. Sources. Venezuelan companies that are holding cash in dollars to protect themselves from hyperinflation have started paying as much as 7% to have those funds transferred into overseas bank accounts, 6 people with knowledge of the situation told Reuters news agency. The country's banks since 2020 have allowed firms to store United States dollars in vaults, offering shelter from the 3,100% inflation ravaging the Bolivar currency.
CNN report. Target, Home Depot, CVS and other stores drop face mask requirements. More stores announced this week they are easing their mask requirements, joining a growing number of top chains changing their policies in the wake of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention's updated guidance on masks. These retailers' new policies vary slightly from each other, but all represent a shift from their previous policies that required shoppers to wear masks across stores. Each of the retailers said they will continue to require masks at stores where local or state ordinances require facial coverings.
Fox report. When can we stop wearing masks? The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, created some confusion last week when it said those who are fully vaccinated can, in most circumstances, forego wearing masks both indoors and outdoors, while those who are unvaccinated must keep wearing them. Fully vaccinated and unvaccinated individuals, however, must keep wearing masks while in crowded indoor settings, like hospitals, museums and movie theaters, and while on public transportation.
BBC report. Andrew Brown. No charges for police who shot black motorist. The shooting of Andrew Brown, 42, was justified, the Elizabeth City District Attorney told reporters. Officials say he drove his car at police during the 44-second encounter. Mr. Brown's family disagree with authorities, and say he was executed. An independent inquiry found he was shot 5 times, including in the back. His death on 21 April has led to continuing protests against police brutality.
Deutsche Welle report. John Kerry calls on EU to reduce emissions within 10 years. The U.S. Special Envoy for Climate John Kerry called on the European Union and the world's largest emitters to drastically reduce emissions within the next 10 years. In an interview with DW's Michaela Kufner, Kerry said he hoped to rally countries ahead of the 2021 United Nations Climate Change Conference, COP26, in Glasgow in November. It's critical that the 20 biggest emitters in the world, of which we are one, and the EU, as a whole, and India and China and others, we have to step up. All of us have to lead here by example.
Deutsche Welle report. Alexei Navalny. Russia moves a step closer to banning FBK from elections. Russia on Tuesday moved a step closer to banning members of extremist organizations from elections, with a keen eye on affiliates of the jailed Kremlin critic Alexei Navalny. Lawmakers in the State Duma, Russia's lower house of parliament, voted 293 to 45 in favor of the draft legislation, with 2 deputies abstaining. The vote is part of broader efforts by authorities to extinguish the activities of Navalny, who is currently serving 2.5 years in a penal colony outside Moscow.
BBC report. Seg Plaza evacuation. Shaking China skyscraper sends shoppers fleeing. Local authorities do not yet know what caused the 300 meters, 980 feet, Seg Plaza building to wobble on Tuesday afternoon. No earthquakes were recorded at the time. An investigation is underway. The 20-year-old building houses an electronics market and offices. It stands in the heart of Shenzhen, a sprawling city of more than 12 million people known for its shopping and booming tech industry. Footage shared on social media showed hundreds of people running away from the skyscraper shortly after it was evacuated.
Thank you for watching 5 p.m. recap. To be notified, you can subscribe our channel and activate the bell.